I'm Elizabeth Hines, and welcome to this episode of Coast Connections. You might have received this in the mail from the War Amps. It's the Key Tag program. And they've been doing this program for over almost 75 years here in Canada. The War Amps have existed here, helping veterans and families and children. Today we're going to learn about how they're helping Canadians' dreams come true, one key tag at a time. And we'll give you some inspiring stories about why you should donate to this wonderful organization, not just to get your keys back, but to get some help a lot of people get a leg up in life, shall we say. And our guest today is Jennah Stavrov, an ambassador for War Amps Canada. Welcome, Jennah.
Thank you very much for having me, Liz.
Thanks for being here. And you've been part of the CHAMP program since you were about 7 years old, I think.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been about 30 years now. And I actually became a CHAMP after having Ewing sarcoma, which is a type of fairly rare childhood bone cancer. And after rounds of chemo and you know, doing whatever options they could, it came down to amputation. And through that, I became a CHAMP, a child amputee, and was enrolled in the War Amps CHAMP program. And I'm so thankful that I was, because it's a really life-changing program and just absolutely fantastic for child amputees and a fantastic resource for all amputees in Canada.
Wonderful. Let's talk just a little bit about the Key Tag program itself, and then we'll talk about how it's helped you with your prosthetic leg.
Certainly.
So I think viewers might be confused, like when we get these in the mail, I think they think what? We have to donate, but such is not the case.
That is not the case. That is not the case at all. So the key tags, I'm just going to pick mine up here too. So this is one of the key tags, and when you get them in the mail, you can pop them on your keys. You can fill out the information to register them so that the little barcode is now registered, encrypted to you and your information. And that's all you have to do. You do not have to donate. If your keys get lost and they're returned to you and you're grateful for that and you find that it was a good service that we were offering, then please do donate what you think that was worth. And these days keys can be worth a lot, right?
Absolutely.
Some of those electronic fobs are,
$600-700.
Exactly, exactly. These you can also put them on something other than keys if you'd like. And if you ever find a set of keys that has these, on the back there it is. It says exactly how to get in touch to have them returned. And the best way to do it is the 1-800-250-3030, because the War Amps will look in their encrypted database. They'll find out who the owner is. They'll call a private secure courier company to come pick them up and deliver them back to that person. Your other option, if you don't feel like you have the time to make the phone call, is to pop them into a mailbox, any Canada Post mailbox. They'll get back out to our headquarters in Ottawa or the Key Tag factory in Toronto to be sorted and then returned. We've had over 1.5 million keys returned through the War Amps Key Tag service over the years, and from as far away as places like Mexico, right? People going swimming in Mexico, they lose their keys for their house in Calgary, or drop them on the beach, and they get returned. So we really love that it is a service, and that was really important when the Key Tag service was created by war amputees after World War II. It was servicemen that were returning, and there wasn't a lot of competitive work for them. There wasn't a way for these men who were now amputees to provide for their families, to provide for themselves. And so the War Amp said, well, what is something that we can do that can create real employment and provide a real service? This isn't, at no point did the War Amps want to go out, looking for a handout. So they used their ingenuity and decided to create it. And so all of these key tags are actually still made in Canada, in Toronto, and largely made by amputees and Canadians with disabilities, still under that principle of making sure that people have a living wage, good employment, and that we're providing a service to Canadians. So that's the long story behind this, little
short
piece
tag
of, plastic that you can put on your keys.
So these donations that come in, Jennah, then they go toward getting prosthetics for amputees, such as yourself. And if I may, can you just show viewers the prosthetic that you've been provided with and what that cost and how, how often you have to have that maintained.
Certainly.
And all of that is paid for through the war amps.
Yes, so the Key Take service provides funding for almost all the war amps programs. It is the main source of funds. And of course, a big cost is prosthetics, and it's not something that every Canadian can afford. This is a pretty basic walking limb. There is no computerization in here. You can see it's mechanics. It's really some basic mechanics, but they all also have to be custom made for the amputee who's going to wear them. So there's a lot of labor cost in there, as well as the joints and things. There's only a few specialized companies that make prosthetic, feet, some of the inserts that absorb energy when an amputee walks. So for example, these hinges and joints that I wear, these need to be ordered from Germany. And they're easily $100 on each side. And that would just be for, the screws and hinges there. And so this one, I've had for a couple of years now. It's starting to show some wear, certainly, and it would cost $12,000 to $15,000 to have made. So during the fitting and the labor and all the parts to have this initially constructed, that's a fair amount of money for any family.
Wow. Yeah.
I actually did just recently go in here in Nanaimo to my prosthetist because I needed a bit of a tune-up. So I had the bearings changed in there. I had some of my Velcro strapping that helps keep it on replaced, because those are worn every single day, just like your kids' Velcro shoes. The Velcro wears out. I've been, using the same Velcro for quite a while, and so that would have been easily a $600 or $700 bill. So just like when you take, your car in, and that can seem like, I've got to get car work. But this is actually how you get out of bed in the morning, how you get yourself to the shower, how you function in daily life that needs to be maintained and that you need to have access to.
Exactly.
Amputees most certainly need access to prosthetics.
Now, Jennah, from age 7, since you had the bone cancer, which I'm glad that you survived so well. You're a very healthy mother of 2 with 1 on the way, I might add. So life is going very well for you and your family. But since age 7, of course, obviously your body is growing and changing. How many prosthetics have you needed over the years?
Right. So I would say easily 12 to 15 if you're also including some of the recreational limbs that the war amps helped me get. So like you said, when you're a kid, you're going through these. This one's been able to last me for quite a while because I've stopped growing. I'm an adult now. But just like your kids might grow out of their shoes or their pants, they grow out of their limbs. And again, those limbs are costing thousands of dollars, if not, tens of thousands, depending on the need. Or there's often children as well who are multiple amputees. So it's not just one leg, you need 2 new legs every 7 months because, the little one's gone through a growth spurt. So I myself, easily 12 to 14 legs.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the war amps helps you throughout your whole life cycle. So when you're a 90-year-old lady, you're going to need a different type of leg than you have today. So they're going to be there for you for the whole cycle of your needs.
Yes. One of the really great things about the war amps is through CHAMP and other areas of their programming, they may have bursaries and grants for education for CHAMPs. They have the Jumpstart program, and that's for multiple amputees. There are some who have actually no limbs, and so computer programming and training for that. And it's really about helping amputees become self-sufficient and live their best life. So with that, you end up getting CHAMP graduates like myself who, work full-time, have healthy families, do all the normal things people would do. But if you run into issues where, you're unable to through your extended benefits or for whatever reason, cover the needs that you have as an amputee, the War Amps is there for you.
Wonderful. And I love the mentorship program that you have too, champ to champ, to talk to somebody and support them through a new amputee's experience. That must be just a horrific event for a child, person, a family to go through. And also the families support each other. You can be matched up to another family as well. So I love that community connection that you're building through this program as well. So important. Yeah.
So that would be our Matching Mothers program as well. You get a lot of kind of fellowship at our seminars, our annual seminars that take place across the country. And it really is about connecting amputees with amputees, which again, from the War Amps beginnings after World War I, and then passing that knowledge and the resources down to veterans from World War II, and then the veterans from World War II going, well, we're doing pretty good now, and we've made some advancements in prosthetics, we've made some advancements in employment, and our needs are fairly well met. Let's start passing this on to child amputees that they were seeing across the country who had no resources, who had no help. So it's really amazing in that we are still keeping that going. The Matching Mothers is really a matching families program, and especially we have a really large country, and so to be able to, if you're the only amputee in a small town, which I was growing up, and you can be matched through the War Amps Champ program with maybe 3 towns over, is an amputee with a similar amputation, maybe that amputee is a little bit older, has gone through some of the challenges, their family has been there, and you can be matched with them.
Terrific. Yeah. What wonderful support. I mean, that's just invaluable, isn't it? Another aspect of your program is the Play Safe program. And actually, we have one of your ads, one of the War Amps ads, that we're going to play right now to show our viewers an example of one of those ads here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Darevin. I lost my foot in a lawnmower accident.
Come on.
Today I'm teaming up with the BC Lions to tell kids to play safe.
Cool lion.
Thank you.
What does a lion do?
Run.
Jump. Tackle. Roar. All right, Darevin. Show me your roar.
Whatever game you play, play safe. A message from the War Amps.
And we're back here in the studio, and look who we have here on the set to join us, live from the BC Lions ad, Darevin Curnow. Welcome, Darevin.
Hi.
Nice to have you here. What was that like shooting that ad with the BC Lions?
It was kind of very fun.
I bet. It looked like you were having a good time. They left you with a really nice jersey there, dude. You want to just show that to us?
Yep. Okay.
And who signed that for you?
Pretty much almost everybody on the team.
Awesome. Oh, I love it. Yeah, look at all those signatures. You'll
And
be
there's
able
also one on the back.
Oh, and on the sleeves, right on. Very good. So Darevin, you have with us some very interesting props that we're going to talk about in a minute. But yeah, you lost your leg in a lawnmower accident, your foot, when you were 2 years old. So that was a pretty traumatic thing for your family to go through and your parents. But look at you. You're healthy and strong and growing like a weed. You're about 2 feet taller than you are in that ad. So life is good. Do you want to show viewers your prosthetic foot that you have there, Darevin?
This is my everyday leg that I wear like pretty much wherever, like if I go outside, I have to wear this anywhere. Like when I get up, the first thing I do is put it on.
Yeah. Very good. And you got a pretty skookum runner there too. Does it adapt to different types of runners?
Yeah, like I can take it off and put it back on.
Cool. Now this one here, I'm not sure that'll still fit you.
It doesn't.
What was that one from?
It was like my first prosthetic. Like when it's very, that one's, I just like how, like at first I just like how it, like this shade and everything. And then like this part.
Yeah, it looks kind of superhero-like with that gold.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, and what about this one? That looks pretty skookum too.
I used this one in that commercial you recently saw.
Okay.
And I was using this for a pretty long time, I think, or just a bit.
So you have various recreational prosthetics as well, not just for walking, right? So that's really nice that they can adapt for that. That's what you were referring to as well, Jennah, in your experience.
So like Darevin said, right now he's wearing his basic walking limb. That would be his everyday get up, put that on. Same here, what I'm wearing right now is just my walking limb. But if you wanted to do something else, and there's kids who want to play hockey, or water is a big one, which actually isn't recreational. And Darevin, is this one of your waters? Is that something you'd wear around the pool and things? Great. So this one would be a little bit different, and it would be designed to be able to withstand water and being submerged in water.
And the best part is, like, when I'm on, like, the sidelines, this rubber would make it so, like, I don't slip.
Very good. Safety first. Play safe, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And especially living on an island, growing up on an island, both of us being around boats, being at the beach, being at lakes. And, you know, kids, they want to, run around at the pool, slow down, don't run at the pool. But even as, as an amputee, if you don't have a water limb, then you can't hop poolside. Like, that's just not safe. Or being out camping or other areas where you might need a limb that can be submerged.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so, sorry, with those, something like this would not receive any government funding in British Columbia. This would be fully funded by War Amps if you were to want one or need one, really need one, because recreational limbs just aren't covered in any of the provinces. But luckily, us being champs, we're able to and are able to explore pretty much any activity we want with the support of the War Amps.
Isn't that wonderful? Through the Key Tag program, that's where most of the donations come from. Yeah. So your superpower there with your swimming, how does that work for you? Are you able to outswim the others with that?
No, they're kind of still a bit faster, but at least I'm able to, like, be a little, at least I'm able to catch up with them.
Chase them. Yeah.
Do you have any drainage holes in that one, Darevin, or you don't need them?
I'm not sure if I see any.
No?
But plus, if there is a lot of water, I could just go, like, take it off, then put it back on.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty easy to put on and off. Yeah. And you also had one when you skate, right? When you played hockey.
Yeah, but I couldn't get it.
Oh, because it was at someone else's house tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you still play hockey?
Well, I'm taking a break right now, but I'll probably continue next year.
There's only so many sports a guy can take on at once, right? Yeah.
But in your special hockey one, your mom was saying that last year, did you try, was it speed skating instead too?
It was power skating. It was like, or like you do like a bunch of hockey drills and stuff.
Cool.
And
one day you might end up on the Paralympics with all your sports enthusiasm that you have. That would be cool, eh, Darevin? Yeah. Huh. So you're a champ with the War Amps, and you're a Play Safe ambassador. So what are some of the messages that you'd like to tell other young people about playing safe, Darevin?
First off, I would stay away from things like lawnmowers, obviously. And some other dangerous things, like, I don't know, like electric fences, tractors, if you're on a farm.
Staying safe crossing the street too?
Yeah, like looking both ways. And I actually, as I go along, like, I quickly go, like, looking around just in case. And if there's a car coming, I quickly start walking fast to get to the other side.
So you're making eye contact with the drivers and making sure they see you as well as you see them. That's good. And you always walk facing the traffic as well when you're walking on the roadway? Yeah. What about bicycle safeties? Can that be a dangerous thing for a child too?
Yeah, like first off, you should definitely not ride a bike onto the road. You should take the time to get off and walk with your bike on the side and go across it.
Wise words. Yeah. What's one of your favorite memories or things about being one of the champs?
Like, you just like, you know, like, you get to go every year, you get to go to a special, like, seminar, and then, like, you get to meet other kids who are similar, and then, like, just having a fun time.
Right on, just being a normal kid. And when I was talking to your mother earlier, she talked too about the support that she gets from other mothers, especially when your injury first happened when you were 2 years old, that support that she got from other mothers and other families was really important. And now she's working to give that back as well, just like Jennah is. She's also a mother who's helping other mothers too. So that's really cool. You're really a great ambassador. What you're doing is really important work, Darevin. Yeah, we're really proud of you. Yeah, you give a good roar too. And not all of the things, Jennah, are the adaptive limbs. You also, War-Amps provides things for adaptive living. Like if you're out fishing, for example, and you're a hand amputee, there's special fishing poles that can be adapted. There's computer devices that can be adapted, kitchen utensils.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And again, that being in contact with other amputees allows you to know, okay, well, how does that device work? Is that something I want to try? How have people worked around this? Because just like every individual is unique, every amputee is somewhat unique.
Sure.
But when you have, arm amputees will have found different workarounds and be able to share that information to help other families leapfrog through things.
Leapfrog. Do you need a special prosthetic to leapfrog?
No, but I bet somebody could build one if we really needed to.
Yeah, I could just build a springy leg and then go hopping over the others.
Very good. There's a project for you.
And like Darevin was saying, the once-a-year seminars are really special because it brings together the moms, the champs, the champ graduates, so that we can share all that kind of information, share the newest in prosthetics. There's often developments, share about those daily living aids, and also just share part of the War-Amps champ philosophy, which is it's what's left that counts. And that came from our veterans, was you can focus on the loss. Both Darevin and I lost our limbs after being born. But it's really what's left that counts. And so getting to recharge on that at the seminars and refill on that War-Amps philosophy is a really special thing that they offer to us as champs as well.
That's wonderful. You know, the soldiers started this program, but you are a fine soldier yourself, and so are you, Jennah, marching forward with this message to, be safe and help others adapt to their new situations if they become an amputee. So that's tremendous work that you're doing. Darevin, what's one of the things that your peers, kids your age, say about you with your superpower prosthetics?
They're like, it's like okay. It's just that you're a bit slower than others, and but really all the kids are like, you don't really hurt, you don't really feel this, really.
Yeah.
So like, but it's also like I could also step on other kids' feet, and it's like, but if I do it, but I don't really want to do that. It's just at times I just accidentally do it.
Yeah. No, that's really cool that you're, I'm glad that you're so open about your prosthetic as well, and that you're willing to share and show us like that. I think it makes other people really feel comfortable around you too. So you're a tremendous ambassador, and it's just a pleasure to have you here on the show. And I know Jennah was one of your mentors as well throughout this program too with the War-Amps. So I want to thank you both for coming in tonight. You've given us a lot of really good information and some really good reasons. You've inspired us to donate to the Key Tag program and help people such as yourself who are giving back to our community. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time on another one of your ads, I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Darevin. Thank you. And thank you for joining us, and please do consider donating to the War-Amps. I hope this program has been an inspiration to you. It certainly has been for me to meet these two remarkable people. We'll see you next time on Coast Connections.